Weather maps. Weather maps is one of the topics that we're supposed to cover in the eighth grade, right? As you can see here, we have a beautiful map where we have Canada on the top. So where we here, we have the United States. Then we also have Mexico over here. And we have a lot of stuff going on this one. Okay, so I want to point to you a couple of things that you need to know for testing purpose, even though, it's possible that the test might not happen this year, but just in case, we still gonna cover it. And what a better way to do it now, right? So let's take a look at some of the things that I want you to know. There's about five markings over here that I want you to be aware of. The first one, let me zoom into this one. The first one is this blue one. You see this blue one right here? That blue one right there. As you can see, all this blue one over here is coming, or it seems to be coming from the northwest, right? That's the northwest, because if we make a compass over here, we have the west side, we have east, we have north, and we have south. So los que tiran west siders, pues they're over here on this side, right? Right. But I forget that. Right. So as you can see, coming from northwest towards southeast, right? That's that brown line, or that blue line that I was telling you about, which is this one right here. Okay. You can see it has like little triangles pointing down. Actually, the triangles tell you in which direction that cold front is moving. And you can see right here that they're moving from the northwest towards southeast. All right, so that's one of them. All right, those are called cold fronts. Let me just this card. Cold fronts. Cold fronts. Got it? Let's move on to the next one. There's another ones, a couple ones over here. I'm gonna focus on this one. You see, that one is red. It's not blue, it's red. And it doesn't have triangles, it have semicircles. And you can see the semicircles. So this one is right here. But you can see how the semicircles are pointing up, because this one is moving in this direction. That semicircle actually points towards that direction where they're moving. Remember, north is over here, south is over here. So it's kind of like moving from south to north. It makes sense because this is a warm front. All right. Anyway, well, just remember that it's red and it has semicircles. Let's move on, because there's another one that I want you guys to see. I'm focusing on the United States only, all right? But as you can see, all the way here south from Texas, all the way to Louisiana, right? Louisiana's right there. What else do we have here? Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, right? All the way to, I don't know, Carolinas, North Carolina, South Carolina. Well, anyway, what we're looking at here is, you can see it right there, and I'm going to follow it. I'm going to follow it all the way over here. What? All right, here it goes. All the way over here. You can see it there. It's actually a combination of a cold front and a warm front, right? It's a combination of red and blue. And you can see the triangles, the blue ones pointing down, and you can see the red ones pointing up. So what is happening there? We have a combination of two fronts. So that front is called stationary front, right? Whenever we have this type of fronts, it's called stationary. Stationary. Oh no, it's not gonna fit. Yes, it did. Well, whatever. There you go, stationary front. So the stationary front, let's see what's happening on that one. On the stationary fronts, we have a cold front. You can see those blue ones moving this way, right? From northwest towards southeast. But we also have a warm front going up, right? From the south towards north. Okay, so what happens there is these fronts actually got stuck. They're not going anywhere. That's why they're called stationary fronts. So they're kind of stuck. All right. They're gonna be lingering there for a long time. I don't know, for a couple of days, maybe more. And what that brings is a lot of rain, a lot of Sometimes it will bring thunderstorms and tornadoes and all kinds of nasty weather, right? But then I want you to be also aware of two things that are there. Those letters right there. You see those letters? Those are the there. This one right here. That is a high pressure system, and this one, which is a low pressure system. All right. And I'm gonna explain to you those very quickly. Okay. But first, let me show you a front, and then I'll be showing you those. So here's one right there. You see that? Now here we have a cold front. You can see the cold front is over here on the bottom, right? And then since it's moving that way, after the cold front, you are usually gonna have this, a high pressure system. So what we're talking about in a high pressure system is cold, dense air, right? It's cold air. Is dense also, is dense. That means that it's very heavy air, right? It's heavy. And this air, obviously, since it's a high pressure system, is coming way from the and high elevations into the atmosphere, coming down towards on top of you. So that's why it's called a high pressure system, because it actually creates pressure on you. It creates high pressure on you because all this air that comes from the top of the atmosphere, since it's very cold and it's very dense, it's very heavy, it will come pretty much on top of you. All right. It's called a high pressure, and it usually follows right after that cold front, right? So the cold front passes, and then a high pressure system settles. That's pretty cool, right? Okay, the type of weather that brings is a very nice weather. Clear skies, low winds or no winds, a lot of sunshine, and things like that. However, let me take a look at the other one, because this other one is a low pressure system. All right, you see those low pressure systems? Yes, those usually follow um, those warm fronts, right? You can see here, well, there's one right there. It's a low pressure system, and it's following after the warm front passes, then you will have a low pressure system settle. Okay, we have something unique over here that's kind of like weird looking. Look at this one. We have a cold front going from south towards the north. How is that possible if the north front's supposed to be, or the cold front's supposed to be coming from up north? Well, if we zoom out, you will see what's happening here. Do you see this? Here we have a kind of like wind currents coming from kind of like from here, and then they kind of like turning. You see how they turn, kind of like a remolino, right? And as they turn, this is cold air coming from the top, from the north, and then over here is turning, and then it's following this area that you have seen before, that is a cold front, right here. Okay, but it's surrounded by these low pressure areas. It's a very weird weather pattern. Look at this one. This is a high pressure system, obviously, because over here we have a cold front moving around it, right? So the high pressure system usually follows the cold fronts. All right, so this is all I want you guys to see. I want you guys to be able to identify those low pressures, high pressures, the cold fronts, warm fronts, and things of those nature. Low fronts, we didn't cover this, but the low fronts are usually gonna bring wind. It's gonna get windy, right? It's gonna be warm, right? It's gonna be cloudy. Sometimes it will rain, right? But that's usually what follows after a warm front. So you will have a warm front going like right in that direction towards the north, and after that you will have a low pressure system follows. Okay, not a very nice weather conditions on the low pressure systems. Okay, so this is all. This is Jim Martinez, and thank you for looking and listening to this material. Bueno, bye. We'll see you guys later.